First of all, Happy New Year, guys. Back at you again. Bezo, the Rebel BTR, man. You know how I do. But we must discuss this Ronda Rousey. Is she a hype job? Is what a lot of people have been asking the question and answering the question and this has been something big. The notion right now that is swirling around in the media, and by media, I'm not talking about social media, I'm talking about ESPN, Fox, whatever, is that she is a beneficiary of a era that had weak fighters in the beginning, and that somehow a year later that the fighters evolved to this degree. I find that very hard to believe that it was just the fighters just that. I mean, they got that much better. Amanda Nunes has 4 losses, so it's not like she ran into some unstoppable force. She's lost 4 times. 14-4, I believe, is her record. So it's not like she ran into an unstoppable force. Amanda Nunes is a beast, though, and I believe Amanda would beat Ronda on her best day. That's just my opinion, but I'm not really here to discuss the fight. I'm here to discuss this notion of, is she a hype job? This is what has been going around and swirling around in sports for a long time. And people will talk about white supremacy, great white hype, great white hope. These different terms that I'm sure you've constantly heard throughout many years of living and following sports, and it happens. This is something that is probably going to be, it's probably going to remain a topic in sports. Is that, are white people being promoted more than black people? For example, people will constantly use the Mayweather and Ronda Rousey comparison. I'm going to save my particular thoughts on Mayweather because I'm going to do another video on him in a similar subject. But this is what is interesting with Ronda. Ronda has beaten, like I've said this before, if you fought 3 people, and in that span that you fought 3 people, you beat those 3 people in a minute and 20 plus seconds, you are a certified badass. Just how it works. Is she overrated? All of this, oh man, she ain't shit because she can't box. Everyone has deficiencies. I'm not here to defend her. I'm just here to say that Ronda is still a great fighter. But this mindset, now you have a lot of people who are promoting her too much, in my opinion, not giving Amanda Nunes her credit. Amanda Nunes beat Ronda Rousey. This was not I don't care about the mental aspect because I can't judge her brain. I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to get in her mind and say she didn't look as ferocious as she usually does, and oh man, she finally fought somebody that's not scared. Who gives? I don't know about that, man. I mean, I'm sure that plays a factor, and I'm not even discrediting it, but I can't validate that. I can't validate that because that really has no merit because she hasn't said it, and Amanda Nunes beat her in 48 seconds, so I didn't really get to see her quit. I just saw her lose. 48 seconds of an ass whooping is not room for quitting. She still, to her credit, stood up, took an ass whooping like a woman. And, even with the Holly Holmes fight, she was trying, I mean, there's lesser fighters that you've seen, like when you talk about Nicholas Walters, who was fighting and he gave up. You have, situations like a Roberto Duran where people are taking less punishment that Ronda was taking in a Holly Holmes fight and still quit just out of frustration. So these things happen in sports sometimes. I'm not going to categorize her as a person who's weak-minded because I don't think you get to that level in the sport and be weak-minded. Now, if you want to say she's weak-minded in comparison to another person, cool. We can make that argument. That's another argument. But to say that she's just weak-minded and you haven't done what she's done, and what I mean by I'm not talking about simple accomplishments. I mean in the sense of the hard work that it takes to get there. And I'm not saying everyone has not done that. I'm just saying that Ronda still is she was a great champion. She was great for the sport. And was she a hype job? Maybe, right? And what I mean by that is they're in the business of making money. Michael Jordan's a hype job. LeBron's a hype job. Now, if you want to talk about, are they overrated? Did they deserve the praise that they're getting? I don't know. I know that they were making it seem like she could beat a man. And by man, I mean a highly trained man, because there are men in the world she could beat. Let's just face that. When you're training in MMA and you're a woman or you're a smaller man, there are bigger people, physically superior people who you can still beat. That's just how it works. And by physically superior, I mean bigger people, like in weight or height and size. And that's just how it works. But is Ronda Rousey a hype job? Let me know what you guys think. Was she overrated? Is she mentally weak? Because this is a question that I'm not sure I can answer because I don't know. I really don't know. But let me know what you guys think. Also, is there another topic that you want me to discuss in sports? It doesn't matter what it is. I'm ready for anything this year. Let me know what you guys think. BTR out.